Hey, Andy here from builderhottub.com. In this video, we're going to catch up with Scott in Arizona and his DIY hot tub build. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so those of you that follow this YouTube channel or indeed the blog at builderhottub.com should have come across Scott in Arizona and his DIY hot tub build. So what Scott's doing is he's adding a hot tub to his existing swimming pool. So we've had to make a few modifications to his plumbing setup. There's a new hot tub build, there's a new set of plumbing gone in, so it's quite involved. I've been documenting the process with Scott's photographs that he's been sending through both at builderhottub.com and on this channel. So in this video, we're going to catch up and see exactly where he's at the moment. Before we do, always a great opportunity to say please do subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon to be notified when my videos go live. I do 2 long form videos like this every single week, a whole bunch of shorts, and everything on my channel focuses on DIY hot tubs, plunge pools, parts, air source heat pumps, and pretty much everything in between. Okay, so when we last left Scott, it looked something like this, and he was running the pipes from his control room or his pool pad over to his new hot tub that's under construction. And he'd sunk the pipes, he'd covered them in insulation top and bottom, just to make sure that even in those beautifully hot Arizonian summers, in winter it does get quite cold, and he didn't want run the risk of anything freezing. So from there, Scott moved on to finishing the plumbing around the tub itself. So he's got his jets in place. All of that is now complete, and he's also rendered the surface of the tub itself, and he's put the waterproofing onto that render as well. Now, what Scott wanted to do before he went any further was actually test for leaks. As DIYers, doing a pressure test of any kind of description, especially with things like the gunite bodies and the jets, it's pretty complicated, very involved, and you do need some specialist equipment. So doing actual pressure tests, it's quite rare unless you're going to bring somebody in to actually do it for you. So what Scott's going to do is he's actually going to fill the tub with water. He's going to lock off the plumbing, and basically he's going to check for leaks. So there's no pressure in the system, but it's a simple and effective way to firstly test the actual structure of the tub to make sure it is going to hold water, and secondly to see if there's any glaring errors in the plumbing that he can see that he'll need to fix before he goes any further. As I said, none of this is under any pressure, so there's still maybe some plumbing leaks when he does connect it to the pump and water is pumped round under pressure. But unfortunately, as DIYers, it's a risk we have to take until we actually connect it all up and we see what we need to repair then. So with the water test, Scott did find a slight leak around one of the jets. He's subsequently sealed that off, so that should be all set there. With that test out the way, it was then over to the pool pad stroke control room for a bit of a remodel. Now, what Scott's doing is he's adding the hot tub to his existing pool. So we're going to use some of his existing kit, things like his existing pump, his existing filter. But what we're going to do is we've actually changed it around. We've hijacked one of the returns so that you can have an overflow in his hot tub into the pool itself. And then we're putting in the new plumbing design for the hot tub so that it can be heated separately. It's got its own filtration, its own circulation, and obviously it's got its own jet pump. Now, you may notice that the pumps are self-priming pumps because the pad itself is actually above the waterline, so we can't use hot tub pumps on this particular build. So the pump we've got a big 3 horsepower Black & Decker in there, and then we've got a Hayward circulation pump as well. He's got his filter in there, he's got the spa pack in place, and the next stage for Scott is sorting out the electrics, because we've added 2 new pumps, we've added a new heater. He's going to have to reroute some cables, he's going to have to add some extra amps to be able to supply the current for all of these new pieces of kit, and this is definitely something that he's going to get a qualified electrician involved with. Anytime that you're changing breakers or increasing the amount of amps that a circuit needs, you definitely need to get that checked out by a qualified professional. The last thing you want to do is be melting cables, tripping breakers, burning things. These can all happen if you don't know what you're doing when you're messing around with electricity. So always get a qualified electrician in to make sure you've got A, the right cables for the job, B, the right breakers for the job, and they'll just make sure everything is totally safe. So we'll check back in with Scott very soon, I'm sure. Please do subscribe to the channel so you know exactly when my videos go live. You don't miss any updates from Scott. As always, I appreciate the view. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. If you've liked this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.